February 11th, test one, test one. February 11th, test two, test two.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation's Board of Directors meeting. I'm going to call this meeting to order. Quorum is present. Please remember that all electronic devices are to be switched to a non-audible function during committee meetings. Approval of the agenda. May I please have a mover and seconder to approve the agenda as presented? Councillor Kassar, Councillor Wang. Are there any amendments from the board members to the agenda? Seeing none, show of hands, please. That carries. Declarations of interest. Are there any declarations of interest? Seeing none, we'll move on to the approval of the minutes of the previous meeting, June 7th, 2024. I will ask Councillor Wang and Councillor Kassar as the mover and seconder to approve the minutes of the June 7th, 2024 meeting. Any discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, show of hands, please, to approve those minutes. That carries. Thank you. Moving on to items for consideration. 6.1, audited and consolidated financial statements for the year ended December 31st, 2023. The treasurer of the corporation, Shelley Hesmer, will provide an overview of the audited statements for the year ending December 31, 2023.
Good morning. Through the chair, Shelley Hesmer, Treasurer of Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation. So the purpose of today's meeting is to provide an update on the 2023 financial results and approve the 2023 financial statements for Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation. So looking at the statement of operation, as at December 31st, 2023, Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation had revenues of approximately $1.2 million and expenditures of approximately $40,000. This resulted in net income of $980,000, and this was our first operating year. So the transactions running through the financial statement are very minimal, but wanted just to highlight that. So if we're looking at the financial statements for 2022, you'll see the column blank because we had no data for 2022. We started operations in 2023. Moving to the statement of financial position, which is also known as the balance sheet, Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation had assets just over $1 million, which is primarily a result of cash of the municipal accommodation tax that had been collected. Under liabilities, at year end, we had about $42,000 in liabilities, and this is primarily made up of amounts owing to us from the city. More or less, these are just timing variances between when the transaction occurred and when the money is actually transferred between the two parties, between the City of Hamilton and the Hamilton Tourism Development Corporation. The 2023 year-end audit was performed by KPMG, our auditors. And again, as I wanted to mention, it's our first audit. So the audit itself was a clean audit, meaning there were no major concerns regarding financial reporting. But I do want to highlight that there was a management letter that was attached with the financial statements that the auditors did find an observation where we needed to tighten up some internal controls around revenue recognition and reconciliation processes. So staff, myself and our bookkeeper have actioned that item and have taken appropriate actions to ensure that does not happen again. But wanted to highlight really the observation was around because of the City of Hamilton, the City of Hamilton collects the municipal accommodation tax, and due to the cyber incident, they did not have the information available to provide to us for the Q4 information for municipal accommodation tax for collection fees or the collection costs for December 2023. So because of that, we didn't have the information to perform all the information, we didn't have the calculation to put all the information into our financial statements. However, later in the year, that information did become available, and during the audit, we ended up having to adjust the financial statements to incorporate that information. But that observation has been dealt with and is resolved. The other thing maybe just to provide an update on is because you're seeing the 2023 financial statements, you might be wondering where 2024 is. So 2024 financial updates will be provided at the next board meeting if available at that point in time, but we will bring an activity-based costing back to you guys so that you guys can see what the actuals are or forecasted actuals are for 2024, along with the 2025 budget. So I'll stop there. If there's any questions, happy to answer.
I'll look to Councillor Wang. Councillor Wang, go ahead.
Thank you. Just so that I'm clear, we had passed several, I think it was like a project that was it 75,000 or 150,000 to do that? So that would have been included in the 2024 budget. So that's when we'll see that at next board meeting. Is that correct?
Shelley?
Through the chair, that is correct. Yes, you will see that information come forward through the 2024 actual results.
And the last bit too is that when we look at these excess revenues, we already have a plan in place for the 2025 budget. Is that correct? So then that way we'll be using some of these revenues in order to fund activities such as our steering committees and any other additional project work that we need to do. Is that correct?
Yes, staff do have a plan for the 2025 budget, and again, that will be presented to the committee at our next board meeting.
Those are all my questions.
Thank you, Councillor Wang. Councillor Kassar? No questions? Okay. We will move on to item 10, which is the resolution of the Board of Directors. Mover and seconder to put the resolutions of the Board of Directors on the floor. Councillor Kassar, Councillor Wang. Any discussion on the resolutions? Well, this will be our one and only electronic vote. So please vote now.
Tamara, I'm not pulling it up on eScribe. I'm a little late, so.
And how do you vote then? Thumbs up, thank you.
Thumbs up, please.
That carries 3-0. Thank you. We're on to item 12. There is no other business here, so the meeting is adjourned at 10:37 a.m. Thanks for coming, and we'll see you this afternoon.
Thank you.